Hello, I'm Bob.
And I'm Pearl, and we are
Just passing through. So that bus is a bus conversion that my folks did back in the 90s, and Pearl and I bought it from them in
2007.
Yeah, and took it on a trip around the country. We did that in 30 days, and now we're retired. We're going to take 2 or 3 years for that same kind of trip, and that's what this channel is all about. We've now upgraded our coach
to a Monaco Camelot, which is 42 foot. It has 4 slides.
and we're loving it.
Absolutely.
We knew we wanted to go full-time when we took that trip back in that old bus conversion, but we had a lot of concerns, like I'm guessing a lot of you folks have got. So join us as we tour the country. We're going to take a couple of years this time, go a little slower, hopefully be a little wiser, and share what knowledge and what mistakes we made. And if you like the videos,
and you have any ideas that you'd like to share with us,
leave your comments, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel.
Once again,
this is Bob
and Pearl, and we are just passing through.
Good morning, folks. Well, it's Happy New Year. It's January the 1st, 2018. We generally don't stay up till midnight. We didn't last night either. And it's 5:30 in the morning. New Year's Day, 2018. So, Happy New Year. 2017 was really a great year for us. We started our adventure in June. 7 months we've been full-timing, and we have adapted to this lifestyle in a real positive way. It works for us wonderful. We're down in South Texas in what they call the Rio Grande Valley, so we're spending the winter this winter, and then we're heading out in March, going up to New England. We're going to Branson, Missouri. That's somewhere we've always wanted to be, and then we're going to, in end of May, 1st of June, which will mark our 1 year at full-time and anniversary, we're going to an Escapees RV rally. We've gone to a couple of these over the last 4 or 5 years. Both times we went in Tucson, Arizona. And if you're thinking about going full-time, living in an RV, would highly recommend checking into this. It's Escapees, ESCAPEES.com, and they're called Escapades. I think this is their 58th Escapade, and it's in Salinas or something like that, Salinas, Missouri, northeast corner of Missouri at the State Fairgrounds there in Salinas, or however you pronounce it. And they have, the good thing about it, last week they have all kind of classes about how to full-time. They even have, before the rally starts, they have a day or two seminar on living full-time. So all the things you need to know about your domicile and your insurance and your just all kind of stuff, how to operate an RV and how to operate sewer. It just really is heavy duty learning how to own and operate and live in your RV. It's an organization for full-time RVers. So anyway, just throw that in there. If you're thinking about doing this, which I know a lot, if not most of you are, escapees.com. So anyway, starting out on our expenses, December was a good month. We drove 452 miles. As you can see, Colorado in Texas, all of it was in Texas, from Colorado River, 1,000 Trails, up to Medina Lakes, and then down here to where we're at now, Country Sunshine. This is an Encore park, which is part of the 1,000 Trails, so we don't pay for it either. So for the month of December, we 100% in 1,000 Trails, no camp fees at all did we have to pay. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We drove 452 miles. We moved twice, from Colorado River to Medina's Lake, and then from Medina's Lake down here to Country Sunshine, in the very tip of Texas, Harlingen, Texas. And so 31 nights in 1,000 Trails, no nights outside. So for the month of December, we averaged $574 for fuel cost. As you'll see in a minute, we spent $178 on fuel. We have a full tank of fuel coming into this area. And campsite average cost per night $289, which is pretty good. Except for you may be saying, if you didn't spend any money for campsite costs, how'd you average almost $3 a night? And that's because we have some dues and stuff that go on down there. I'll get into that in a minute also. If we look at our averages, so since we started, we're averaging $15.04 a day for diesel fuel from June through December. And for campsite fees, we're averaging $6.12 from June until December. And it's going to go down a little bit more over the next couple of months because we're going to be totally inside of Thousand Trails. As a matter of fact, when we get ready to, we'll leave here in March. When we get ready to leave, since we won't be buying any fuel and won't be spending for campgrounds, our average cost per day for campsites is going to go down to $4.79, and our diesel fuel is going to go down to $11.34, and that's because we got 3 months of not buying any fuel and 3 months of no campsite fees. But it looks like for 12 months we're going to end up for the year $11.13 a day for fuel costs, and that's driving almost 9,000 miles for the year, and $7.08 a night for campsite fees for a year from June to June. And that's going to go up because in April and May we're going to have a lot of nights outside of Thousand Trails, but we'll get into that at the end. I'm sorry for jumping ahead. Let's go down here to our diesel costs, the actual diesel costs. So this month, December, we spent $178, and we had a pretty good, I think a half a tank or a little more, but we wanted to fill up before we came down here so we didn't have to mess with it, because we're at Country Sunshine for 3 weeks, then we have to move. So we're going 25 miles to, I think it's Tropical Breeze or something like that. It's about 25 miles away. We'll stay there for 3 weeks, and then we're going to come back to Country Sunshine for 3 weeks, go back to Tropical Breeze, and then we're going to head up. We're going back to Medina's Lake, really, in San Antonio. We like that one so much. But so we wanted to make sure we had plenty of diesel for our heater. Heats our hot water, heats our coach. We have electric heat pumps also, but we have a diesel, it's called AquaHot, that has a furnace system going, forced air system. So we have 2 kinds of heat, and then we have our electric space heaters too. But we just want to make sure we were taken care of there. So anyway, $178 in diesel fuel, and then $90 in campsite fees, which although we didn't pay anything for campsites, at the Encore parks while we're down here, we don't have to pay for 50 amps. At most Thousand Trails, or a lot of them, you don't pay for the upgrade to 50 amps, but some of them you do. So at Medina's Lake we had to pay, and that payment came out in December. So that was 13 nights that we were there. It's $3 a night to upgrade to 50 amps, so that was $39. And then in Thousand Trails we have $607 annual dues, and so we budget out $51 a month for that, just to kind of average it out to keep our expenses. We pay it all in June, but to kind of balance it out. If you don't know about 50 amps and 30 amps, at first I was confused about that when we got our first Class A, but basically a 30 amp rig is that'll run maybe 3 heavy use units, like 2 air conditioners and a heater, 2 air conditioners in your microwave. We have 3 air conditioners, 3 heat pumps. That's a combination up on the roof. So when it's real hot or real cold, we try to stay out of real hot and real cold places, but sometimes we do have that. So we'll have 2 or 3 air conditioners running, or 2 or 3 heaters running, and then we get the microwave going, and the coffee pot or Oh, we have a washer and dryer, so if the washing machine's going, point being, if you with 30 amps, we can't run all the appliances we want to run at any one time. So if we have the opportunity to get a 50 amp plug in, it's just more electricity, a bigger wire, more electricity coming into the coach. We take it. Usually it's free, but a lot of times it's $3 a night. So hopefully that explains that for everybody. Motorhome repairs, we got a couple of small things. $382 for a set of Guardian plates. And what that is, this is mostly for Monaco and Holiday Ramblers, which is the same group, same manufacturing company. Apparently they built their slides totally different from every other Class A motorhome manufacturer. And consequently, Monaco picked the wrong way to do it. So they tend to come have some separation on the bottom of your big slide. On our slide, it has the refrigerator and the table here and my chair, and it's a lot of weight. It's pretty big. I forgot how long it is, but 16 feet or something. Anyway, it separates. So we noticed about a month ago that the carpet, and it was in a pretty big rainstorm, and the carpet was all wet there by my chair. And when it quit raining, I went out and looked, and we had a separation line. You can see here in this picture, and the rain was coming in there. So we needed to get that fixed right away. So we put those on. Our doorbell has never worked, so I went to Home Depot and bought one of their little doorbells and put it on, and it works great, as you can hear. And then thermometer. Now that winter's coming on me, even though we're down in South Texas where it's not supposed to freeze, tomorrow night it's supposed to go to 31 degrees down here. And I think it's pretty unusual for them, listening to the weather reports there. Everybody's really gearing up for 31 degree weather. But you want to have remote thermometers, thermometers down in your bays, just to make sure that you're keeping your temperature above freezing in case it drops down below that where it could do some damage. So anyway, we've got one back in our water bay, but I wanted to put one up in the front bay where our aqua hot's located. So that was $10, not a big deal. Car, only thing, we just did a car wash. We didn't have to buy any fuel or anything there. Our RV and auto insurance, I've explained this before, but we pay $900 a year for our car insurance and $1,200 a year for our motorhome insurance. So we just average that out. That's due in August, I think, but we put in $175 each month to take care of that. And as I've also mentioned before, we haven't purchased full-timers insurance. We just have regular, the motorhome insured through Allstate is regular insurance, and it's for actual value replacement cost. And Allstate has been really great. We've had our windshield replaced twice. That's really the only claim we've had. But they've stepped up and done what they're supposed to be. I asked them about full-timers insurance. They don't offer it. They recommended I get with Good Sam or one of those places, and we may next year. But they're in anyway. We're just doing regular motorhome insurance this year. Groceries, as you can see in the heading, that's groceries. Probably our food is $500 or $600 a month, just food. But liquor, we probably have our wine, and I drink a shot of whiskey most nights, not every night. And that all adds up to, and Pearl has a glass of wine most evenings, to about $150 a month. Cleaning supplies, paper supplies, anything that we buy in a grocery store goes into this category. It seems like a huge big number, or it does to us, but it's not just food, it's everything that comes out of a grocery store. Dining out, $93. We are averaging about $250, so it's been kind of good. This month and last month was around $90. So that's, well, it's good for me because I don't cook. Pearl's cooking is generally a lot better than the restaurants, but we try to run that, keep that, usually go out to eat a couple times a week. Internet and cell phone, we have 2 iPhones, and we have a Jetpack, all from Verizon. And we get 15 gigabytes on all 3 devices at that G whatever, the high speed. And once they hit 15 gigabytes in any one of the 3, then that device will throttle you down to where basically you can surf the internet just fine. You can watch videos and do email and stuff, but you know, uploading down any big heavy use, it's a whole lot slower. But anyway, all 3 are separate, so we just kind of go through each one, and we use all that up every month, and we have them all that run out of high speed before the end of the month. And really what causes it is uploading them up. I can usually upload 1 video, but if I do 2, then we're going to go over. So anyway, that's what that costs. DirecTV, $149, that's just what it costs. Medical, this is our last month. Starting this month in January, let's see, for medical, we're on Medicare, and we pay $104 each, which comes out of our Social Security checks for our, I think it's Part B. We have Part A and Part B, that's the hospital and the doctor, and we pay $104 a month for that, and then we pay $17 a month for Part D, that's our prescription drugs and stuff. I don't take any drugs. I used to take high blood pressure, but I was able to get off of that from exercising and diet and stuff. We really work hard on trying to eat healthy, and it's worked. I've got my blood pressure down. Pearl has a bit of an issue with cholesterol, but I think it's been 2 years since she's had it checked. She probably could get off of that medicine. We're going to try to find a doctor here in South Texas and get some blood work and physicals done. Hopefully she can get off that, but we don't really take any medication. Her cholesterol pretty much yet. Pet care, we needed to get Tinker in and get our dog and get her trimmed up, but we hadn't found a place yet here, and so we haven't, and we already had dog food, so there wasn't any expense in pet care. And for recreation, hobbies, and miscellaneous, we had that's the last amortization on the drone. It was $1,500, and we spaced it out for 7 months. And then Epic Music, that's the music that we use on the videos, and I like the music that is on the videos, and so I bought a subscription thing to upgrade the music a little bit. Hopefully it I know some of you guys don't like the music. I've got comments about turning the music off, but I like it, and it's my video, so I put it on there. And then we went to Padre Island a week or so ago. It's about 40 miles to the Gulf, and we spent a little money out there. So that's what recreation was this month. $220 in computer. And doing the videos, my video editing software, it just kept hanging up, locking up. So spent a couple $100 to get some more RAM, random access memory. So I had to throw away the old memory cards and put in a couple of new ones. And then Pearl, I watch a lot of news and stuff, have that going all the time. She gets tired of hearing it, so she bought some earbuds for her iPad where she can watch her stuff on her iPad, and then anyway, earbuds. So that's at $220. Clothing, we didn't do anything there. Mail, all of our mail, instead of having a mail forwarding service, it all goes to our daughter's house, and then she forwards it to us, and that's what that was. So our totals for December, $3,047, which is not bad. It's more than I thought it was going to be. For December, we averaged $98 a day, and as you can see, 109 is what we're going to be for the year. 109, really $110 a day is what we're projected out through the next 5 months for a year. 98.29 for December, and here's all the previous months you can see. And to be honest, most of that goes with camping and fuel is the bigger one. So I'm going to go ahead and put in, I've got our projections. We know our route for the next, up through June. at that escapees rally. So we know how much miles we're going to have. We know where we're going to be staying each night. So we know all of those expenses. So I've plugged in numbers for January, February, March, April, and May, and they should be real close to actuals. So this is going to give you an idea for annual expenses. We think we're pretty comfortable. We're going to do right at 9,000 miles, and that's an average of 700 a month. Move 44 times for the year. 304 nights we think we'll spend in Thousand Trails. So that's 304. If you multiply the 304 nights, if you multiply that out at a really conservative price of $30, I think conservative price of $30, 304 nights, that'd be $9,000. We paid $4,000 for this elite Thousand Trails membership. I mean, I can't talk about that enough. That if a full timer, to me, it only makes sense to have this Thousand Trails. I was visiting with some folks yesterday, and they're more of a high end. They have a beautiful RV, and I thought they were interested in it, but once I talked to them and stuff, they're not a Thousand Trails person. They want a paved road, they want landscaping, they want everything clean and shiny and working. They want a resort. Well, Thousand Trails is not a resort. It won't work for them. They'd be most unhappy. But if you're more into the camping, or camping with color TV and you know, your washing machine and your microwave and stuff, that kind of camping, but dirt roads, trees, some weeds, but a lake outside your front yard, Thousand Trails works out pretty good. For the year, we think we're going to spend about 61 nights out of the system, and there's our average: 1113 for diesel fuel and 708. And I think those probably are going to be pretty solid numbers. Here's all the expenses. You can look at those on your own. For the year, it looks like we're going to hit right at $40,000, and that's kind of what it's been hitting at the whole year long. I think that's going to be real close. Like I said, there's a few things we don't put in there. Any kind of gifts, giveaway stuff is not in there. Our storage shed is not in there. I put the drone in there. There's a number of things that's in there. And here's a figure. You know, I know a lot of people are probably following these numbers just like we were. I'm trying to figure out, can I afford it? Is this a lifestyle that works for me? And here's in a nutshell, my thought is, if you, I mean, a lot of people buy their RV and they have payments and stuff. You know, everybody's finances are different. From our perspective and with our finances, you need, in my opinion, if I had it to do over, I would do the same. I would buy my motorhome, get rid of, totally out of debt. You just, and some people do it because they're short of finances, and I totally understand that too. But if you can get I'm going to go on the assumption that you have your RV, you have your, either the car you're towing or the car you're pulling with, if you have a fifth wheel or trailer or something, those things are paid for. So let's just assume that if you've got a payment there, then that goes on top of what we're talking about. But if you look here at the things that you have to have and the things you could get rid of, our fuel bill to drive 9,000 miles a year was $4,000. So 9,000 is quite a few miles, and a lot of people talk about after they've done this for a year or two, they don't drive 9,000. They think that's way too many miles. So if you cut our fuel bill in half to $2,000 instead of $4,061, $2,000 in fuel. If you had 1,000 trails, and now this is what I'm trying to do here is get you a rock bottom number, what you have to have to not survive, but to do this lifestyle. I can take you down to the lowest number, and so somewhere in between the number we're going to get to here and 40,000, that's a good safe number. And then if you've got 45,000 or 50 or 60, obviously you could do this lifestyle, and you could do it more like these friends of ours that I was talking about that are up a notch or two above these 1,000 trails. But anyway, if you take half the fuel, so to travel 5,000 miles a year, and you can only stay 3 weeks in 1,000 Trail Sparks, you're going to have to do some traveling. So $2,000 for fuel. If you knocked out all of the extra stand outside 1,000 Trails, if you had 1,000 Trails membership and just stayed in 1,000 Trails and moved every 3 weeks from 1,000 to another 1,000 Trails, well, that's almost $2,600 we spent outside of 1,000 Trails on camping. Oh, and if you didn't do 50 amps, you stayed with 30 amps. You could take up to $2,500 off of our 40,000. So that's $4,500 already. Dining out, knock off the dining out, that's almost $3,000 a year that we've got in there for dining out. Direct TV, we've got $1,700 we spend on Direct TV in this budget. Take that out. Down here you get fine and dandy over the air TV, which is, it's all I had till I was 30 or 40 years, 30 years old anyway. So that's another $1,700. Pet care, get rid of your dog and cat, that's $600. Recreations and hobbies, that's $4,300. Now that's buying that drone I've got. That was $1,500, and I spent $600 getting my FAA license, and I bought a new iPad to use with the controller. So I spent a lot of money on that kind of stuff. You got to have some kind of hobby. There's some kind of money you're going to spend, but I'm just taking that all. These are all that's in recreation and hobbies. That's extra stuff. So take out that $4,300. Computer, I bought several things for the computer. A camera. I bought a $600 camera on that hobbies thing. I bought an iPad. That went in this computer. That was almost half of that. Clothing, $600. Mail, $91. All that added up, that's $16,000 in stuff you could do away with that's adjustable. And still leaves in that $10,400 a year, $869 for groceries and all things supermarket. So that would take you down to $24,000 if you didn't spend none of those extras. So but you're going to spend some. You have to have things are going to break. You know, you got to replace stuff. There's going to be a number. Everybody's number is different, but somewhere between $25,000 and $40,000 is going to be your bottom, in my opinion, your bottom line number. $2,500 to $40,000. Some people, you got to adjust out wherever so that it fits your lifestyle. But I thought that was an interesting number. People are wondering, what does it take? And can I do this on $2,000 a month? I've read that a number of times. Can I do this on $2,000 a month? And that shows right there you could, but it's not living an RV, living full-time in an RV. That's surviving, in my opinion, surviving full-time in an RV. Could I do it? Hell yeah, I could do it. If that's all I had, yeah, I could do it real easy, as long as I was healthy and could drive the RV to the next spot. But you work a long time to get to this retirement age, and it's not what you wanted. But we have to do what we have to do. But I thought that was very interesting, and hopefully gives you guys some more information. So that's about all I got. That takes us through December 2018. Hard to believe it's here already. But it is. I want to thank a lot of you folks who have left a lot of really nice comments. We appreciate those. I enjoy doing these videos. They're a lot of fun. It's kind of my hobby. Pearl does her cooking and so on and stuff. She's got her stuff. There's a lot of things we like doing, but this is probably the biggest one for me is making these videos, sharing what little bit of knowledge that we've got, talking to people, trying to learn more. And this is kind of our last go around. You get up here and retired, and we're both 69. We'll be 70 not too far down the road. You don't have too many more hurrahs, so this is a time to enjoy it. So hopefully, we're enjoying it great. Hopefully some of this information helps you enjoy it. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I would sure appreciate it. subscribe to our channel, and leave some comments. We've been getting some great comments. We enjoy it. It kind of makes it worthwhile. We love to hear from you, hear what you're doing, what your concerns are, what your questions are, and if it's something that we've learned, we would love to share what we've learned, and we'd love to hear what's going on in your world. So keep the wheels rolling. Thanks for watching, and see you down the road. Bye-bye.